Hello everyone, my name is Ivan Shipov. I work as a pre-sale engineer at TRASSIR. We have prepared training on how to choose a camera for a client's task. We have analyzed a large number of different requests and identified a list of key selection errors what need to be paid attention to. At today's webinar we will look at following issues. First, mistakes what are often made when choosing cameras. Second, what you need to know to make the right camera choice. Third, how to understand TRASSIR camera lines. And fourth, let's look at an example of equipment selection on one of the successfully implemented cases. Let's start with the problems and mistakes what we can make when choosing cameras. In these tasks, it often happens that the distance to the object is a floating parameter, and people use a fixed lens camera to solve these problems. What does it mean? This means that you will need to move the camera. It will not be possible to zoom in using a variofocal lens. It will be impossible to see a number plate or a face what will be far away. The recognition accuracy will be significantly lower. You will have to move the camera, calculate the correct angle, think how to install the camera. And if we had chosen a variofocal camera, we would have been able to set the camera at the right angle and use the program to set the right distance for the desired detection. Next on our list of errors is the operating conditions. For example, we do not take into account how and where the camera will be used. And perhaps yes, it will solve the customer's tasks, but it may not last long. It also happens that people do not take into account what kinds of lighting will be on the object, whether the camera will cope with its task in such lighting. For example, for the task of face recognition in a room, a camera with an aperture of 1.6 was selected at the entrance. After setting up the camera, we got a dark picture, where is not enough light on this object, and it turns out that the camera didn't cope with the task. It also happens that cameras are installed opposite the entrance to the room. On a bright sunny day, this leads to strong background illumination and as a result, image quality deterioration. To combat this effect, camera with hardware WDR should be used, or sufficiently powerful artificial lighting of the filmed faces should be provided. There are also errors at the installation stage. With a high ceiling or in pursuit of a minimum vertical deflection angle, the camera can be lowered from the ceiling on a long bracket, which can lead to strong fluctuations. For example, from the airflow in the room. Even minor fluctuations threaten to blur the image severely. This problem can be solved if additional measures are taken to secure the camera. For example, additional support or extensions. People also often make mistakes with the lens. For example, then everything has already been mounted. It turns out that the camera doesn't view the corner of the corridor because they put a camera with a narrow lens, and the piece we need is not visible. We need a wider lens. What do you need to know to avoid mistakes when selecting cameras? In order not to miss all this, you can use this checklist to see if you have collected all the information. We use it in the company. Let's see if it reflects all the questions what we have voiced. What problem needs to be solved or prevented at the site? What kind of site is it? Where and under what conditions will the camera be used? What are the conditions for securing and mounting the camera? Is there already any equipment or is the project being done from scratch? Are there plans to scale the project in the future? And project budget. We will not get the right picture if we forget about the camera angle. The camera must be installed so that the vehicle number plate is perpendicular to the camera. For example, for the AutoTRASSIR module LPR5, it is allowed to install the camera at the angle no more than 30 degrees to the direction of movement of cars. The larger the angle, the lower the quality of number plate recognition. If you want to get acquainted in detail with the camera installation condition for the AutoTRASSIR module, you can scan this QR code and go to our manual. Next, we will look at the next block of our webinar. We have analyzed the main mistakes when choosing cameras and how to avoid these mistakes. Let's see how we can navigate now in the lines of TRASSIR cameras. Now we have 3 camera lines, and soon there will be a new ultra line, which will be the most advanced. Eco cameras, budget cameras with basic features, trend cameras, professional cameras for different task levels, and pro cameras, project cameras with a wide range of possibilities. Let's analyze each line and its distinctive features. Eco-line cameras are used for basic video surveillance application where no specific camera requirements are needed. This camera can be used in the following cases. Perimeter protection. Cameras of this line are suitable for perimeter security, installation in stores, offices, shopping centers. Server analytics. TRASSIR server analytics such as Naira detector, Naira counter, active POS, and other what do not require specific camera characteristic can be used with these cameras. Trendline cameras are used to build reliable and complex video surveillance systems, where you need high image detail, reliability, a wide choice of cameras for any task. For customers who need to watch video with sound, send voice messages to the camera installation location, save all data even in case of server failure, view the details on the video, and use analytical models. Pro camera are used to build large-scale, reliable, and complex video surveillance systems. Camera data is used in the following scenarios. High security objects where high image detail is required to identify possible violations. Use with TRASSIR server analytics for object identification, face recognition 2.0 and after TRASSIR, or simpler analytics. Connecting external sensor to the alarm interfaces provides even more functionality for site security. Optimally used with servers of the Naira Station or Ultra Station series due to its integration and interaction with complex analytics. In order to make it easier for you to navigate by the differences in the rules, you can use the following table, which is presented on the slide. And at the end of our webinar, we will analyze an example of equipment selection using the example of one of the existing facilities. We will take a look at the fast-growing Ambition fast food chain Best Burger in Town, BBT, specializing in takeaway burgers. 4 license plate recognition channels were installed in the order area, the pickup area, and the parking area for the distribution of completed orders. Security of the parking area, counting visitors, monitoring of anti-epidemic measures. We have installed 4TR D2253 WDZIR7 cameras for the number plate recognition models. This camera we are choosing because they are equipped with a motorized lens, and after installation we can zoom the image to the desired value without outweighting the camera. The camera is also equipped with IP67 IK08 protection and a temperature range from 30 degrees Celsius below zero to 60 degrees Celsius above zero, which will protect the camera when used in an outdoor environment. Also, this camera is equipped with alarm outputs that can be connected directly to the barrier and open it, or used to connect to a warning lamp in case of an alarm event. So, let's summarize. Today we have sorted out the mistakes that are often made when choosing cameras. We learned what you need to know to make the right camera choice. We analyzed the TRASSIR camera lines and looked at one of the examples. We will be happy to receive feedback from you on this webinar, as well as on what topic you would like to see at another similar webinar. Bye everyone and see you soon.